Hey, I'm your host, Dominique Richard, and today I'm joined by the incredibly talented Roxy Aneculaesei. This is another episode of Live at Evolution. Hi, Roxy. So happy to have you here today.
Thank you.
It's great to have you in the studio. I have lots of questions for you today. I know you've prepared some songs for us as well. Mm-hmm. So before we get started with the questions, why don't you give us a song and we'll get into the questions after that.
This is what it meant. You knew I was gonna write this song. Laughing or crying, we were on the phone. It felt right, so how did it end so wrong? I've never had to grieve the good guy before. It was something from a novel, cinematic timing. The story ended with the two lovers dying to the end. I'm always gonna wonder. Never believed a right person, wrong time. You said I'll see you in another life. Will I grieve you till the day I die? Or will you come back once the stars align? It was something from a movie, romance classic. Roll in the credits, the ending was tragic till I'm dead. I'm always gonna wonder. Did you mean it when you told me that as soon as you're ready you'll come back? Did you feel it when you held me? You said I'll never forget you, you were perfect. Did it mean anything? Do I mean anything? 'Cause it was something from a novel, cinematic timing. The story ended with the two lovers dying. Looking back, I'm always gonna think that it was something from a movie, a romance classic. Roll in the credits, the ending was tragic to the end. Until I'm dead, I'm always gonna wonder. I'm always gonna wonder what it meant.
Nicely done. That was fantastic.
Thank you.
Oh my God. So you write all your own stuff,
Yes.
right? Oh my God, that's amazing. Before we talk about how you wrote the song, the inspiration behind that song, because I'm so curious now, I need to know the lore. For our audience to get to know you a little bit better, could you kind of introduce yourself and talk about when you decided to start making music?
Oh my God, yeah. So I actually started, to start off, I started playing piano when I was 4. And
wow.
I started singing lessons when I was 6, and I played and studied piano up until I was 17. So I'd already had a pretty extensive musical background. I did theater all throughout high school. And then when I was about 15, I started just writing lyrics on my phone, nothing serious, because I've always been that kind of person where it's I have all these big feelings and it's I need this kind of outlet. So I just started writing these random lyrics, not necessarily good, I never did anything with it. And then last summer I was going through just this really intense summer basically. And then I was I didn't really know what to do or how to process whatever I was feeling. And so I just kind of sat down at my piano and I just came up with these 4 chords, and then I just started singing whatever I was feeling. And then 25 minutes later I was oh my God, I have a song. That's,
You're making music.
Yeah, and I was wait, this is kind of cool. Why haven't I done this before?
Yeah.
And then I kind of just spent the entire summer just writing whatever I was feeling. And that was kind of my way of processing whatever I was going through.
Yeah, I love that. Could you talk about the song you just played? What inspired that song?
So I was kind of going out with this guy.
Yeah.
As we do. And I just it kind of just ended really abruptly and kind of out of nowhere. And then I just was kind of flabbergasted when it happened.
Yeah.
And I was what just happened? And I think a lot of times when there is that kind of abrupt ending, you're kind of just sitting there thinking what was real, what wasn't real, like
I can
what
totally
does
relate,
this
by the
mean?
way. Yeah.
Like, and I don't know, it was more like I like to take the lesson out of things a lot of the time, right? And I was like sitting there thinking like, what lesson did I just learn? I was like, I feel like I didn't really learn anything. And like, how am I going to feel about this in 10 years? Like, what does he feel like about this? And that's kind of like, it was just really this place of like feeling really confused.
Yeah, no, because I also feel like with that like abrupt ending, it's like, okay, like what could have this like been? You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
There's always the what ifs.
I so relate. Yeah, the what ifs.
Oh my God, they're the worst.
Yeah, I love that. So what do you say, like when you're writing music, do you really just think about your personal experiences in life, and that's kind of what inspires you to sit down and just write?
Yeah, like most of the time it's like I have this feeling, and then like a lot of times it's like I'm just kind of sitting there and thinking, and then I'll think like something and I'm like, that sounds like a lyric.
Yeah.
And then I'll write it down and I'm just like, wait, this could be really interesting. And I like to draw on like personal experiences, because I think like writing about like a specific situation, it's like you can like close your eyes and like you can imagine yourself in that moment again. And I think that makes the songwriting process like so much easier.
Yeah, 100%. Now I heard you're working on some new material. You have a show coming up next month at the Aperture Coffee Bar in Vancouver. Go check it out, everyone. Could you talk a little bit about that? And then after that, we'll get into another song, maybe something that you will be playing at Aperture.
Sure, yeah. So I'm so sorry, I already forgot the question.
Oh, you're good. Just talk about sort of the new stuff that you're working on, and then your show Aperture that you have coming up. Yeah.
So I just kind of have been writing, I think like, because like last summer I wrote about 30 songs. Like I have like 2 or 3 albums worth of material. And so for my Aperture show, I'm just gonna like sing like 90% of like what I want to be my first album, like in full, just because at most of my shows I kind of like to pick between the different like eras of music that I've written and just like kind of spice it up a little bit. But I was like, I really want to sit down and like play this like one like project that I'm super proud of, and like have everyone kind of understand like the theme of the album, like what it's about, because they're all kind of connected. It's all like about one specific situation, so it's like I'm really excited to just like sit down and be like, this is what I've been working on.
It's like a story.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, well, if you have another song, maybe one that you're gonna be playing at your show, we'd love to hear it.
Okay, then I'll do I Don't Know.
Okay.
This one's my personal favorite. Like,
I'm excited to hear it.
So this is a song called I Don't Know. Oh, you don't know. You don't know why you said you have feelings for your ex. Oh, you don't know. You don't know what you want, so you strung me along. I'll go insane if one more time you say I don't know. I don't know why I'm so cold. I don't know how to give you more. I don't know. I don't know. Guy who can't communicate, keeps all his feelings fake. Oh, you should have known that I'd get sick of hearing the same thing. I lose my mind every time I hear the line. I don't know. I don't know why I'm so cold. I don't know how to give self-control, so I tend to self-implode. But I don't know, I don't know. Oh,
so good. I can totally see how people would like resonate and relate to your songs. I love that.
Thank you.
Now I want to know, I'm curious, do you remember the first time you ever stepped up on stage and performed in front of an audience?
Like ever?
Yeah. Because
God.
you've been like kind of doing music
Kind
your
of
whole life.
I think the first one that I can really remember was when I was 5. I think it was like, it might have been the piano festivals. I used to do them like every year growing up.
Did you do like the exams as well?
I did.
Okay, yeah. I did those for a little
brutal.
bit. I know. I think I only made it to like grade 7 because I was so bad at the theory, like writing.
Oh my God, I did all the levels of theory.
That's impressive.
And I think I got to like level 9.
Yeah, that is really
Oh my God,
impressive.
piano theory, difficult.
Yeah, but look at where it's got you. So
I'm kind of grateful for it because I'm like, wait, like I actually kind of know what's going on now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I love that. When was the first time you started like singing, like sang in front of an audience?
Like singing? I think I was 6 years old. I don't like remember like exactly like where it was, but like I did a lot of singing lessons. So then like at the end of every year you would do like a singing concert where like you're like
a little recital almost.
Yeah, like your instructor, all of her students, like you'd all come together, you'd all sing. I'm trying to remember like what songs I would have sang.
Yeah.
I do remember like at one point I did the Rainbow Connection from the Muppets.
Oh my God, that's a classic one. I love that.
That was like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Like I did a lot of like the Broadway classics, which is what I think like really got me into theater. Like I think we did Good Morning Baltimore at one point.
Oh yeah.
And now I'm like a Hairspray fanatic and I'm like, guys, I was an OG.
Yeah. You sang it at like a young age. Okay, on the topic of theater, I need to know, what's your favorite musical?
Oh my God, so many.
I know, I feel like I can never ask like a theater person this question.
Definitely like up there for me is Into the Woods, like for sure.
Oh yeah, I actually saw that recently. That is good.
Oh my God, I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
I love that. I watched a production like last year, I think.
Oh yeah, I've seen it twice now.
Oh my God.
And that's a good one.
Like a little like one that I feel like most people don't talk about, but Carrie the musical.
Okay, I don't think
I'm obsessed with the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like I think it's very divided within the theater community, but I'm like, the soundtrack for me does it every time. I'm like, one day it should get its flowers.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to like look into that one because I've like I'm gonna listen to the soundtrack today. Now with that theater background, do you feel like that sort of inspires the music that you write today? Do you take any inspiration from your theater background at all?
Like, I think in some ways, yes. I think it's really helped me in more of like the performance aspect.
Of course, yeah.
And like, it's really helped a lot with my technique because when you do theater, like there's a very specific way you have to sing theater songs.
Yeah.
And they've like focused a lot on like body movement, like physical warm up, vocal warm up. So I feel like that's really given me a lot of confidence, like when I'm coming on stage to like sing my own songs.
Yeah.
And like, that was really, I think, where I developed like any like sense of confidence that I've had.
Yeah, totally makes sense. I love that. Now, I want to know, is there like a specific artist or maybe a genre that inspires your music?
For sure. I would say like, I've always said I'm a mix between like Taylor Swift, Gracie Abrams.
Okay, yeah, I was definitely getting that from the first couple songs you played.
Definitely like the biggest like inspiration for me just because like I think a lot of their music is very like lyric based.
100%.
And I think that's definitely where like my music is the strongest. Like when it came to making music, like for me, it's like me and my piano against the world basically.
Yeah.
So it's like it has to be the lyrics that like get people to like want to listen to it.
Yeah, totally. And do you feel like there's a specific genre that your music falls into?
Like, I would say like a bit more like the indie pop vibe.
Yeah.
Like, I've only had like 3 recording sessions so far. So I'm still like trying to find my sound, but it's like when I do like envision my songs like fully produced, I always like think of like I want a lot of organic instruments to be used.
Yeah.
Instead of like just like synth pop beat straight through.
Yeah, which I like that because I feel like so much music now is just like, it's all digital. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, or auto-tune. So.
And that's just not where like I see the direction for like all of my songs. Like maybe for some of them I'm like, I could so see that, but it's like for a big chunk of them, it's like I see just like this organic, like focus on the lyrics type of like production.
Yeah, and I feel like when you write your own stuff too, like it's so easy to make that happen. Now, I heard that you are a part of the music nights at Trees Coffee Bar. Could you talk a little bit about that? Because that's so cool.
Yeah, like, oh my God, what do you want to know?
Do you write songs? Like, is it like a songwriting night that you go to, or what is it exactly?
Oh my God, so it's like, this, like, oh my God, how do I explain it?
Well,
There's
first
a
we can
lot of,
explain
like-
what Trees is.
Oh my God, yes. Okay, so Trees, it's this cafe downtown Vancouver, and from what I know, Carly Rae Jepsen used to sing there.
Yes.
Which I think is so cool.
That is so cool.
And yeah, so every Thursday night they do this like open mic, which I've only ever been to one.
Okay.
But from my understanding, it's like you kind of come, you bring your instruments, you sing like 2 or 3 songs, and it's like just 2 hours of just straight live music in this really nice cafe. The lighting is great, the cheesecake's amazing. And then every Friday they do these things called Music Fridays, where they have 3 musical guests.
Right.
And just 30-minute set, and like I think it's this great way to showcase like all of the Vancouver talent.
Yeah.
Like especially like since I've been like going like every like few months now, I'm like, you meet so many talented artists. That's just like,
I bet.
where have you been?
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah. It's such a great like community environment for
exactly.
artists to come together. That was actually, no, I wasn't there in person. That was the first time I ever saw like you perform, because I saw a video.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but and yeah, you sounded great in that. So yeah, that's amazing. Okay, now I have a couple like rapid fire questions I want to ask you before we get into the next song.
Sounds good.
Now I feel like you probably already answered this, but what was the first instrument that you ever learned how to play?
Piano.
Of course.
Love of my life.
Now, have you ever tried playing any other instruments or learned how to play any other instruments throughout your music career?
I played the flute in the grade 7 band.
Oh yeah, I feel like we all had like one of those like band instruments.
I would
Yeah.
love to learn guitar though at some point.
Yeah,
Like,
guitar would be cool.
It's like such a beautiful instrument. I'm like, I wish I could play that.
Yeah, I was in guitar club for like a second in my high school. Could not pick up a guitar now and play for you, so don't ask me to. I'm curious, if there's one artist that you could collab with, you can think as big as you want here, who would it be?
Like off the top of my head, Sabrina Carpenter.
Yes, love her. She's
Like,
gotten so big.
She has like that funny, witty humor.
Yeah.
And then I could bring like the sad girl pop, and I think we could make something really great.
Yes. Oh my God, I'd love to see that. Do you have, now I love your look. I love this top. The pearl is so cute. Do you have like a go-to outfit or like a look that you go for when you're performing?
Oh my God, absolutely. I've kind of, the vibe that I've been going on like at the Trees shows is I've always worn black. So
Okay, yeah.
like, I don't know what it is. It's like, I just go for that like
Yeah.
sleek, like classic look.
Yeah.
I like to wear a lot of bows like a lot of the time. Like my jeans actually have bows on like the back pocket.
That's so cute.
Like,
yeah, that's
I
kind of
love
Sabrina
it.
coded.
I know.
I love
like,
that, yeah.
It's like I just love bows. I always go for like that girly look. I love like a good like mini skirt and like
Okay,
boots.
cute. Yes.
Like I think that is like the cutest look ever.
Yeah, I love that. Do you have a favorite song to cover?
I haven't done any like public covers, but like when I'm at home by myself, go to like I do All Too Well, the 10-minute version.
Oh yeah.
And then I posted a cover on my TikTok of Free Now by Gracie Abrams.
Okay.
Like,
I
oh my
have to
God,
check that out.
love that song. Beautiful
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
Like, definitely check it out.
I will, 100%. Do you have a favorite show or venue that you've performed at?
Oh my God. Well, I've only really done the Tree show so far. And honestly, like, I love it there. Like,
Yeah.
the vibes are great. Like, I have a great time every time. It's like I come there and I'm like, oh, this is so great. I'm so happy I'm back.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go to one of those shows in person.
Definitely.
Because yeah, it looks so fun. How would your friends and family sort of describe you and describe your music? Because I know they're very, I feel like, well, you can talk about your dad a little bit too here. He came and helped set up today.
My dad is the sweetest. I think he's so supportive, which is so great. I think like the funny thing is, I think they're not really like sure what it's about, which I think is really funny. They're kind of just sitting there and they're just like nodding their head and they're like, yes.
They're just vibing
you go,
out. They're just having a
queen.
good time. Yeah.
It's like, and I think like my friends, like, because they go to all my shoys, which I'm so grateful for.
Yeah.
I think like what we've kind of been saying is like sad girl pop is like the vibe, like this like little sad, like my little sad girl music. It's my favorite to write about. It's my favorite to listen to.
Yeah.
And I think like my friends have so much fun with it because like I'm singing the songs and they were like there with me like when the situations happen. So they're kind of sitting there being
they
like,
know everything.
I remember that.
Yeah. It's probably so like funny for them to like see this like situation that you like probably
Exactly.
ranted about, and then it's like coming into a
They
song.
like come up to me and they're just like, was this song about that person? And I'm like, yeah.
They know, they're aware. I love that. If you were stuck on an island with only one of your songs, what song would it be? It was just playing on repeat.
I could never get sick of I Don't Know.
Yeah, that one was really good.
That is like
Yeah.
my favorite. Like I hate to say it, but like I do have favorite children and I Don't Know is one of them.
Yes, I know. I mean, hey. Okay, we're going to have a couple more questions coming up here, but let's take a break from the questions and go back to your music. So if you have another song you want to play.
I do. This song is called The Signs.
I saw all the signs with him. I memorized his outline, his shadow melting with mine. I learned all of his endings. When you know someone so well, you learn to circumvent their hell. I knew everything I needed to know. I predicted the end of the show. A plot twist that I've never seen before. That you were gonna hurt me so much more. The universe collapsing, my heart is now standing. Pain I thought for sure I missed the first time round. Mistakes unforgiving, unfortunate misfitting. You restored the part of me that he let down. Oh, I had to learn the lesson somehow. I missed all the signs with you. Talking of ex-girlfriends, then gift empty promises. How could I have been so clueless? Saying things like you want me in the same breath as you leave. I thought you were my saving grace, compensation for my past mistakes. Like the wind, you change the path you take. Jumping ship, but by the wreck I wait. The universe collapsing, my heart is notwithstanding. Pain I thought for sure I missed the first time round. Mistakes unforgiving, unfortunate misfitting. You restored the part of me that he let down. Oh, I had to learn the lesson somehow. It felt freeing, running from him into your arms. Never thought someone like you would cause me harm. Tenfold of what I felt for him, I felt for you. But you'll never see it through your built-up walls and shades of blue. The universe collapsing, my heart is notwithstanding. Pain I thought for sure I missed the first time round. Mistakes unforgiving, unfortunate misfitting. You restored the part of me that he let down. Oh, I miss the signs, now I can't rest. I'll sit here forever obsessed. Once I start to seek for other men, you'll be all patched up by then. But oh, I won't let this go until I'm dead.
So good. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, do you want to talk about the inspiration behind that one?
Oh my God, yeah, that one goes crazy.
Okay, let's hear
So,
it.
okay, a lot of my songs have been written summer of 2024. It was like a very
Okay.
intense, transformative era of my life.
Yeah.
I went through like a really, really like not good breakup. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I like also had this situation with this other person, right? And they were two very different situations because I feel like when you're in a long-term relationship, you kind of like you get to know the person in like a very intimate way
yeah,
that like
100%.
you can almost like anticipate their next move.
Yeah.
And I feel like when it came to like the ending of that relationship, I could almost like feel it in my gut that it was about to happen.
Yeah.
Like before it happened, right?
That
so
like
it's like
gut feeling. You're like,
exactly.
yeah, I totally know what you mean.
So it's like I was like there's like this little part of me that like knew. Like
Yeah.
even if I was like surprised when it happened, I still like deep down I was like I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And then like contrasting that situation with like this like short term like summer fling type thing where it's like I felt like he slammed the brakes. I like flew through the windshield and like landed on the pavement. Like no, like could not see it coming. Like had no idea. Like it was like a full 180 shift.
Yeah.
And so like, and those situations happened within like 2 months of each other, right?
That's crazy.
It was really intense.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I was like, oh my God.
Are you doing okay? Like, do you need to take a minute? Like
well, I wrote 2 albums about it. So like.
So that's, it's so good you have music to like just
exactly
get everything out. But
it was like, you suck, but like, here's an album, I guess.
In 2 months, it's wild.
Yeah, it was like a really intense like era.
Yeah.
And I was like comparing the 2 situations in my head, and I was like, for one situation I was super perceptive, and it was like, you know, super like it was easily digestible for me,
right?
Like or like I would say like more digestible than like those like more like abrupt kind of like you're not together, but you kind of are together.
Yeah.
Or it's like, you know, it's like or it's like it's starting to get serious and then it just never reaches that point.
Yeah. People say those are like almost worse.
They are. And that's what the song is about. How that was so much worse.
Yeah. Than like the long-term breakup.
Exactly. Like, and I've always like seen those videos on the internet. I'm just like, that can't be true. And then I lived it and I was like,
oh my God, it's true.
I was like, okay, it's song time.
Yeah.
Like everyone needs to know that this is a real thing.
Yeah. I want to know, when you're writing your music, is there a specific place that you go to like sort of get the creative juices flowing?
I think I just need to like be like really creatively inspired by a situation. Like it needs to be like, I'm like so overwhelmed by something that it's like, I need to just like get it out of my system somehow.
Like you can write anywhere.
Yeah, like sometimes I'm in like a lecture hall.
Yeah.
And I get an idea and I'm like on my phone and I'm like, okay, like write this down.
Yeah.
Like, don't forget.
Yeah.
Or like a lot of the times I'll be trying to sleep at night. It'll be like 2 a.m. and like song and I'm like, you're kidding me. I just want to sleep right now.
Yeah, but you have to
I have to write it down or I'm going to forget. Or it's like, I'm that annoying person who's like, my voice memos are just like a really like sleepy, like Roxy just like singing into her phone. This like really random thing. And I wake up and I'm like, okay, what was the thought process?
You were like half asleep, like barely remember.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Oh my God, no. Okay, I want to know, if you were to come out with like a music video, what song would it be for and what would it kind of look like?
Ooh, oh my God. I've always had this idea in my head, either for like what it meant or the signs, because they're kind of part of like that same story.
Right.
I've always wanted like a cowboy, like Wild West type music video.
That would be cool.
Like,
yeah.
Because I've always wanted, like, for that specific project, I really like this persona called Sad Cowboy.
Okay.
Because it's like a sad more album.
Yeah.
Like more on like the sadder side. I just really like that kind of theme. And it's like.
That like Western.
Yes, exactly. I'm thinking like bedazzled like cowboy hat and like cowboy boots because it would like go with my vibe. But it's also just like, I imagine like being in like this fun saloon and like maybe everyone's like more talkative and then like I'm sitting in the corner being like.
Yeah, and then the song starts. Wait, no, you have to do that. I can like so like
I know,
envision
like
that.
one day.
Yeah,
it'll happen.
That's coming. Oh my God. Now looking into the future, what do you see next for you in your career as an artist?
I'm hoping to get my first album produced. I'm like currently working on it. I did not realize how long that stuff takes.
Yeah,
it's like learning the whole behind the scenes process has been really interesting. I'm hoping like in about a year, maybe 2 years to get that out. That was like the goal. But yeah, and just like doing more shows. Yeah. Writing more music. And like, I'm trying to take a step back from writing so much music because I have so much music that it's like, I want to actually like produce it
like
first.
Get out what you have
there,
now. Yeah.
And then keep making more.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the vibe. Like I really want to like direct my energy into just producing what I already have and making like this vision that I've had since like last summer and like actually getting to bring that to life.
Yeah. Well, I'm so excited to see that. Now, before we get into the last song, for our audience, where can we find more of you and your music?
I'm so glad you asked. My Instagram is roxy.aneculaesei. I would maybe write that because that's a really intense last name.
Yeah.
And then my TikTok, where I focus a lot on my singing, is Roxy Might Be Singing.
I love that.
Thank you. And if you want to come to any of my shows, I'm going to be at Trees on March 21st, 8 p.m. And obviously I'll be at Aperture April 25th.
I'm going to try to go to that one. I'm so excited. Okay, let's get into the last song.
Okay, so this last song is actually the first song that I ever wrote. and it's called Summer Boy.
May 25th, late spring, I wasn't looking for it, but I found something. August 14th, crying under a tree. I miss July, miss you and I, but I miss the warning signs, mistook the butterflies. No stars align, not true love, it was a fling that you flung. Late afternoons with you, I had your mornings too. Time under sun was wasteful, you burned like new betrayal. You were my summer boy, no permanence, just wanted me for summer bliss. When it got too serious, you became a killjoy. Oh, summer boy. Inhale your scent, New West movies, not watching. I didn't forget, but I missed the warning signs, mistook the butterflies. No stars align, not true love, it was a fling that you flung. Late afternoons with you, I had your mornings too. Time under sun was wasteful, you burned like new betrayal. You were my summer boy, no permanence, just wanted me for summer bliss. When it got too serious, you became a killjoy. Oh, summer boy. What about the promises that you made? Made me think that you were seriously in love with me. Maybe you really did love me that first day, but then you got to know me. Then things changed suddenly. You changed suddenly. I miss my summer boy.
So good. That was such a good one to
Thank
end it
you.
off on. I just want to say before we end this episode, I need to know if these guys like know.
Oh my God.
Like,
Okay.
I was like thinking about that
I
partway through
know.
that song.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Well, there's like a few of them. One of them, like, oh my God, like has like no idea.
Like completely
Like
clueless.
completely clueless. The other guy, like if you hear the song, what it meant when I say like you knew I was gonna write this song.
Yeah.
It's because oh my God, he was such a villain. Like as like we were like having our final conversation,
Yeah.
he was like, "At least you have stuff to write about now." And I was like, I'm
That's
so
crazy.
not gonna write about it. And I lied. I
Yeah.
was like, okay, well, I'm actually gonna write about
Yeah.
it. So I'm sure he's like, he'll catch on. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, he's not completely in the dark. And I'm at the point in my life now where it's like any like new person that I meet, if like we're out together, they'll be like, don't write about this. Like,
It's like when Taylor Swift said, if guys don't want me to write songs about them,
Literally.
then they shouldn't do bad things.
literally
yeah,
like that.
that is like totally
but it's
the
like
vibe.
I always get that. Like anytime I'm like, if like some things don't work out with someone, they're like, don't write about this. I'm like, sometimes you're just not important enough to write
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, that's kind of where it's at now.
Yeah.
And
God.
I mean, the person who I wrote Summer Boy about, he like found out that I wrote the song about him, and I was like, sorry.
Sorry, but not sorry.
Yeah.
Because it's a great song.
It's a great song,
It is,
like-
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it goes really hard at Trees, so I'm like, it has to stay on the set list.
Yes. You better be playing that one at Aperture.
It might not
It's
be
in
on
the
the set
air.
list, but
Okay,
it
well,
will
that's
be,
okay. We'll hear lots of other.
It will be at Trees though, because like all of like my friends are like, "Where's like, are you making Summer Boy? Is that going to be produced?" And I'm like, "It's not part of the project, you guys." I wrote that like years. I was 16 when I wrote that.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
like it's like an old song, but
Yeah,
like
but
it's
it's
my
so,
first
so
song,
good.
so it's like special to me.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, and obviously like I wanted to like have different Like I want to pull stuff from like each project when I'm like making my set list. So
like
I was
you said,
like
like the different eras.
I was like, okay, like we'll put Summer Boy on it. Like my friend who I played it for, she's the first person that I played my songs for. She was like, you need to sing it. And so now all of my friends are like, is Summer Boy on the set list?
and
I'm like,
whoa, like
I'm like, I literally like I didn't have it on my set list.
Yeah.
And then my friends were like, is it on the set list? And I was like, it is now.
because of you, it's on.
Don't worry.
Oh my God. I love how supportive your friends are. That's amazing.
I know, they're literally the best.
Yeah.
Like I think that's what makes like the like performing fun for me is like I know that there's people that love me that are like supportive of me and like want to see me like do well. And I'm like that makes the experience so much better, like coming off of like performing and like I get to like see my friends and like my family comes to like every show.
Aw.
Like my aunt like FaceTimed me this morning be like literally about this podcast being like, what's
my
this about? When
God.
can I watch it? Like where will it be?
Oh, well, shout out Anne. We're keeping this in. I love that. Okay, well, thank you, Roxy, so much.
Thank you so much for
coming
having
in.
me.
Yeah, no, thank you for being here. You did great.
Thank you.
And of course, a big shout out to the man behind the camera. Thank you, Blake, for producing this episode of Live at Evolution. Okay, if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to tune back in for the next one. I'm Dominique Richard, and this is Live at Evolution.